The Mike and Tony Show is intended for a mature audience. Listener discretion is advised.
Yo, world, this is DJ Matt Cassidy. You are tuned in to the Mike and Tony Show. Y'all better listen up close.
Yes, Matt Cassidy. It's been a while since he's been on, buddy.
Yes.
That was episode 238. Dude, I'm exhausted this morning, but it was worth it. We had a fucking great night last night.
Yeah, I'm exhausted, period.
Yeah. Oh, dude, you've been going hard for a really
Since
long
Thursday,
time,
dude.
bro.
Since last Thursday, I've been going hard. So,
Yeah.
The conference, the Dirty Heads stuff. And
Yeah,
obviously
so-
that's what we were talking about last night. We saw Dirty Heads at the Ford Amphitheater.
Yes.
It's like its second season there.
And Tropidelic was there.
Tropidelic, yeah.
They're so good. That's might be one of my new favorite bands there.
Yeah,
Bruce.
I told you.
You knew it. You called it before we got there. But you were 100% right. They're pure fire.
Yeah, from
And-
Cleveland.
Huh?
Cleveland reggae rock band.
Yeah. That rapper was so old school, dude.
Yeah.
His voice sounded like rap from... I was trying to put my finger on who he reminded me of, too. There's like a few, but no, overall, first of all, that venue is badass. The Ford
Dude.
Amphitheater in Colorado Springs. Wow, I have never been there before. It's really nice. They have like this middle section in the seats. Like you have your front seats down close.
Yep.
Of course, there's the pit, right before that. And then after that, there's this middle section between the close seats and the far seats where there's these,
Fire pits.
Fire pits.
Yeah.
People were chilling fire pits, and we talked to one of your friends who had one of
Yeah,
those.
Calvin and Shelley from the Skanker crew.
Yeah,
With
we'll
the-
get
the
into
boys.
this in a second. I definitely want to talk about your connections here. But no, he was saying that they also had a private server.
Yeah. So they have their own like bartender over there.
Yeah.
Because I guess the Ford Amphitheater was partially crowdfunded, and so
what I was saying.
all those suites are like owned like individually by people, or corporations or whatever, and like they can decide to use it themselves or just sell out their suites.
Right, and so they can pick and choose, right? If
Yeah,
there's a
and I think it was
concert
like 8 seats to the section or something like that.
Yeah.
I want to say, yeah.
8. Oh, they can fit 8 people in those little things.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. I thought
It was like the
2 or
couch
3.
sittings and stuff like that too.
Yeah, and that place really filled up by the time Dirty Heads got
Oh
there.
yeah.
Yeah,
It was great.
because we were both wondering, like, damn, that's interesting. You would book a venue like this and then not fill it up.
Yeah.
Because when Tropidelic was up, it was it goes to show that no matter how few opening acts you have, people don't come until the main headliner. It's just really funny,
It is, yeah.
especially with a band like Tropidelic because they're so good.
Yeah, dude.
But then you realize, like, oh, okay, gotcha. If there was 7 bands, people come late. If there's one band, there was literally only one opening act yesterday.
Yeah.
And they went right before him. No, they were so good. I played a couple of my favorite songs of theirs for sure. You did mention they didn't play Cabin by the Sea last night.
Yeah. They did play it at Red Rocks though.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure they
So-
play it all the time.
Yeah, well, I mean, because it's like they have more time too. Because again, at the amphitheater, since it's in that cluster, and there's been news about it, throughout Monument and Colorado Springs that there's like apartments and housing in that area,
Yeah.
and so they complained about noise.
Sound ordinance.
And-
right, right.
sound ordinance. So they have to get out by a particular time.
Yeah.
Whereas like Red Rocks, you can go a little bit longer,
Sure.
because of
You're
the
out in the middle of
venue.
nowhere.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. No, it was a really good time, man. I enjoyed the shit out of it because I was telling you, as a musician, as an indie musician who's always done everything myself, and just watching what it looks like when somebody really builds something, just like what I started. Like maybe when I was with that band Despicables or something. But seeing those bands, because you see them happen around, and Colorado's got a few of these stories of bands taking off from here. They're from Huntington Beach.
Yep.
But just seeing like talking to the people and realizing, like we were talking about, how much money is flowing everywhere. Like I think about it, for me, it's so simple for me when I'm playing a gig, like I'm getting a flat rate and maybe I'm getting a part of the tab or something like that. That's it. Maybe I got some merch I'm selling, and that's all going straight to me. It's all just me, right? But when you get that big, you have every person in that band, right?
Collecting from it, yeah.
That are like professional musicians, though,
Yeah.
and have their own shit too, just like Dave.
Yeah.
Right? Like they have their own art, they have their own thing, they got their own managers.
Yeah.
And you just realize it's so interesting because when I started, that was one of the big mistakes I made in music. It was like a solo pursuit. It was always just, I'm trying to build this thing from the ground up by myself. And you look at something like that and you're like, dude, there are thousands and thousands of people involved, not even including the fans.
Yeah.
Like just how far this stretches with managers, the people selling food out there. You can buy the artwork. You were telling me like all the logistics, which sounded like a nightmare to me for Dave Foral, like his selling his art. And then like he had some situation where I can't do it at the show tomorrow because it's going to be in Utah. And so it's just too quick of a turnaround. I can't get my stuff shipped out there.
Yeah.
And just all that all the time. It seemed crazy to me, but it was like magic. And meeting. Now, here's the thing. I wanted to bring this up for sure on the show today. So we often talk about how many people Pierce knows. It was in full effect last night. Mike knows every Dirty Heads fan out there, every single one. It was really, really, really crazy. Knew them by first and last names. And I kept thinking, oh, these are people that are, these must be involved with the band. They must do something with the band or nope, they're just Dirty Head fans. Yeah. You just know all the fans because they know you because you work with Dirty Heads, so they're constantly see you.
With Dave. I work with Dave, yeah. But and then that was the other thing too. When I was at Red Rocks, there was like we were going up to the show, and because I'm with that group of people, but then it was like as we were walking up, the area to get up to the show, right on the south entrance.
Yeah.
I got a couple of taps on my shoulder. You're the dude from Dave's videos.
Yeah, I know.
You're the dude from Dave's videos.
Well, and the people we were seeing too were like referencing the videos.
Yeah.
Like somebody wanted to look at the fold of your bandana.
Yeah.
Like, let me check the fold.
Yeah, that was Taco Rob.
Taco Rob.
Yeah. So they recognize me from the Instagram videos, from the Facebook videos and stuff like that. But then they'll say something like, "Dude, it's you." Yeah. And I'm like, I'm just a regular ass dude. I just help Dave out.
Dude, it was fun. Thank you so much. I really had a marvelous experience.
Yeah.
Fired up a couple of spleefers. Those turned out to be fucking packed with lightning.
Those?
I don't know. I just got it. And I almost always get sativa. And I got indica for whatever reason. And that shit was... it was like that other experience with you where that's when I turned to you at that one point and I was like, bro, that's just pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Like, you gotta be big.
Well, it was funny because like when you passed it over to the other time, I was all...
Yeah. At one point, you're like, I'm good.
I'm good, dude. I'm all right.
Yeah, and then it made me realize I was good. So I took like one more hit and was like, I better just put this thing out.
Yeah.
And then and when we finished it, I was like, there's no way I'm lighting up another joint at this show. Like, we are so fucked. And then Dirty Heads came out. The vibe was there. The high had wore off a little bit. And it was like, fuck it. We sparked another one up. It was so fun, man. It was just so good. And the talent in that band is...
They put on a great show, dude.
And I was talking about your boy Dave, man. He holds it down on everything bass.
Yeah.
Right? If he's not playing an actual bass, he's got his... I don't know what those things are called. He's got that thing back there.
Yeah.
Just fucking generating all kinds of dope-ass sounds.
Yeah, dude.
808 bass and shit. Oh, it was so good. So good. And the rapping skills were good.
Yeah. No, it's fun, and when we do the pop-ups and everything, that's the one thing that I love about Dave. Like when he does those pop-ups and he does the meet and greets.
Yeah.
The first person and the last person are getting the same Dave. They're getting the same energy,
that
bro.
Takes a lot.
Right? And those lines can be like 4 or 5 hours long, dude. Like we started at 6 and by the time everything was done, it was like 10 o'clock. Sure. That's a good 4 hours, dude.
That's a lot.
And like I said,
talk about wearing your social battery
from the first person that he meets
to
the last person, it's the same Dave. You're going to get
giving 100%.
pictures, giving 100%. And I think that's the other thing too, is that he makes himself like so available to the fans. And that's why there's such that big loyalty within the Skanker
That's
crew.
what fans love.
Yeah.
Fans love that when they feel like you're accessible.
Yeah.
They feel like they can connect with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was powerful. It was a really great time.
Yeah, and on top of that, Dave's like amazing at everything, right? His production, his art, his music.
Yeah,
he's like what Jared said with Tom Brady. when it came to the conveyor belt. When it came to the conveyor
Sprinkled
belt,
a little too much.
When Dave was being made, it was like they left him under the conveyor belt with the special sauce a little bit too long.
Yeah, God was zoning out while he was sprinkling the magic powder on him. Just got all the talents. Yeah, I would love to meet him. It'd be great to have him on the show, or just even meet him, hang out sometime. I'd love to get to know the guy. He seems like a really cool dude, and you could see the difference in personalities too. Because you mentioned he's from L.A., and you can see the difference between all the other guys who are from Huntington Beach. It's like they just got that like total surfer vibe. Literally, look, dirty hair. Actually, not Duddy. Duddy's hair looked really well kept. Yeah, super clean. And that was interesting too. What you were telling me as you've gotten to know kind of like the different personalities of him, like the fact that Duddy's like a front man, dude. He's like a singer, rapper, guitar player, plays acoustic and electric guitar, and then is like super not social. Like, doesn't come. I mean, I don't mean in a bad way. He's not super out in it all the time.
Well, it was nice too that seeing the rest of the guys come out to Dave's pop up to show the support and everything like that. So like Jared was there, Ruben was there, Travis was there, Mike was there. So yeah, it was.
See, that's
crazy.
great.
And then at the end of the night, that's what I told you. Like people who didn't stay around long enough missed Rome. Yeah, Rome came like about 10:30, 11 at night at Federales. And big shout out to Federales too in Denver, and the Rhino. They hold it down, and like at one point in time, it was monsoon fucking rain. Right,
I remember that.
And there was a line outside still, bro.
People didn't care.
And Dave was like, he's like, dude, he goes, is there still a line out there? And I was like, I think so. I think I see a head still, like, because you can see outside still. I was like, I think I can see head still on this window over here. And he's like, get those people in. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, so I got, I had to get with the management, right? But they were already on it. They were already bringing the people in and everything like that. But I felt so bad because like when I went out there to look, you can see people like this.
Just suffering in the weather.
Just like trying to get underneath it, like as much as that little cap of roof that there was overhanging.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's how, again, the loyalty to it. They'll stay in that line. They will stay in that line.
Yeah. Just a really overall great time. I'm so discombobulated this morning, Pierce. I had to throw socks on before the show, even though our new camera angles.
You're not going to see those socks.
Yeah, you won't see these socks.
They're mismatching.
I didn't even want you to have to look at my foot because I realized I crossed my right leg a lot. You'd be staring at that bunion and the fucking birthmark and the whole shebang.
It's talking to me right now.
He's talking to me through the socks,
bro.
Like,
hey, yo. Hey. Okay, brief. Help me out, bro.
Take this off. Come on. Let me.
You never wear socks. What are you doing, dude? What are you doing?
Yeah. Oh man, that's so funny. But yes, it was a good time. It's been a couple weeks since we've been in here.
Yeah.
Because you did some traveling. You went to the old Disney.
I forgot my lightsaber.
Oh, that's right. You were supposed to bring your lightsaber today. I wanted to see it. You were describing that yesterday.
Yeah.
You got the blue one, yeah?
Yeah. So I did the whole experience of again, because the conference was in Anaheim. So we got to, do Disney and all that stuff. Yeah. And I did the experience of the lightsaber.
Yeah. I've seen this online. It looks fun.
Building it and everything like that was pretty dope. But I chose, again, I'm a dork. I know some of that stuff, so I chose protection and defense. The theme.
Yeah.
Because it's stupid. It's gaudy, right?
Right.
It's gaudy. And I want to like hang it up and like show it off, right? And so I didn't want to have like a regular like just saber.
Yeah, you need to get like a thing for it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll get something I'll use my 3D printer to probably print something out to hang it.
Look at this guy over here.
But no, so yeah, I made the stupid gaudy protection and defense one, and then the crystal I chose the blue crystal, which is like Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yeah,
I use that. So
I feel like I would have been really tempted to go with the dark side.
Yeah, we got that red one. Just calling you. And then you would have heard Emperor Palpatine going, "Do it, do it, do it."
Oh yeah, yeah. So you had a good time though. Fun travels. Everybody.
Oh yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm fucking exhausted right now, dude.
Dude, you got to be. So let's go through it real quick. What? This has been a chain of events for you.
Yeah.
When did it start? How long ago?
Last Thursday.
Today's the 28th?
Last Thursday.
You had the conference for work.
3 days at Disney, came back, immediately came back on a flight from the conference, straight here, got to the airport, Ubered all the way to Federales from the airport, luggage,
That's
everything
a
like that.
long haul.
Yeah, luggage and everything to do the pop-up.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, the next day, Red Rocks.
Yeah.
Then yesterday, Ford Amphitheater.
Right.
And then today is the Dylan show, which I don't think we're gonna
Don't think you're gonna make
do
it.
because
you were saying the girls were like,
it's just like it's an hour and a half drive, dude.
Yeah.
It's an hour and a half drive, and like what is it? That's one of those things. Like if you're gonna go up there, you have to stay.
Of course.
Because then driving an hour, like
especially
the
for
show,
something at night.
Yeah,
like
the
that.
show ends at 11, right?
Right.
An hour and a half back. You're pushing yourself to 1:30 at that point in time. You're just like, fuck it, just stay at home, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot, dude. You're exhausted. I was telling you, you sound like you caught a little cold or something, had a little congestion going on. You sound like me with my allergies, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just getting over it.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you push your body like that and you're just going and going and going. At some point, you got to get that rest. You got to get that recovery and get yourself back to health and everything. But you seem good. You're always energetic, dude. Even when you are sick.
Yeah.
Like you just push through everything.
There's no.
I mentioned it when I first talked to you on the phone. It's like, dude, you sound kind of bad. Like you sound. I'm fine. I'm fine. Change the subject. Just get moving.
Can't think about being sick. Dollar, we have things to do.
Yeah, we have shit to do. We were going to have Tyler Stanfield. He's coming up soon.
Yeah.
He was going to be on this morning, had some family stuff going on, so he won't be here today. But we'll get him in soon enough. And it's been nice. He hooked me up with his girlfriend, I was telling you.
Whoa, what?
That sounded real bad, bro. That sounded real bad. Not like that. She owns a music venue. She owns a music venue, and he connected us, so I sent her my information. So who knows? We'll see. Maybe a gig will come out of that too, so I can get back out there and start building my own little Dirty Heads empire over here, Pierce.
There you go, Dollar.
Just kidding. I'm a math teacher.
No, yeah, it's the spot that she owns. Like I was telling you before, is in downtown Parker on Main Street, and it's a good spot, dude. It's on a corner. And it's by like
I've heard about
a lot
it.
of food, and it has a good open space in the back. And then I was telling you that can just open up more stuff for you, like gig wise in that area too, because down the street is Tailgate,
Right?
and they always do like live music and everything.
Hell
and
yeah. Hell yeah! No, I'm excited.
And then they also do like those concerts in the park too, over there nearby. So maybe one day you can get on some of those concerts in the park.
Yeah. I've been rehearsing again in addition to being in the studio. It's cool because I feel that's when I'm at my sharpest is when I'm recording. That I don't know if every musician feels that way. That or if you're on tour, probably you feel pretty sharp too. But I don't know. You're playing the same songs. But like I've been I shared track number 6 with you yesterday.
Yeah.
So I'm about a week behind. For a while I was literally churning out a recorded song a week, which is, looking back on it, it's pretty crazy, but it's not maintainable. So I'm probably going to get into the 10 to 12 range with songs and then call it a wrap and put that thing out. And I've also decided too, because the other half of that I'm doing for promotion is putting out these 10 old songs that I had recorded. I think I've talked about it a few times on the show. But what I'm going to do is drop them all on one in the form of one album. Because did I tell you this already? Because it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Like trying to release them one at a time and doing all the paperwork for every single release. Because I realize I'm not going to get all 10 out this summer, dude. I've got one out so far. So I think I'm just going to take the other 9, put them all on an album, and then just drop that thing in the upcoming weeks. So, and those are all old recordings. And then I was telling you I'm excited to play live too, because now I got like a bunch of new songs.
New songs.
Yeah. It's weird how long I went without writing new shit, bro. Like I guess I always kind of wrote songs.
You always wrote them, but you just didn't record them.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I have so many unrecorded songs. That's probably every musician, every songwriter probably has way more unrecorded songs than recorded. Dude, I found this.
Well, a lot of musicians also have recorded songs that they've never released.
Put out. Oh, I have a ton of those.
Yeah.
Yeah. The 10 I'm putting out are the ones I carefully chose.
Yeah.
I've got like a shit ton. But it's so wild, bro. As a songwriter, I found this. I've started drawing again. Did I tell you that? Kind of, it's summertime, bro, and picking up every
doing
hobby.
Everything, yeah.
Just every hobby. Fucking playing 2K, just whatever I want. No, I I was looking around and I found an old sketchbook in this closet over here.
Okay.
Because I was cleaning everything up. And I was like, oh shit, this is pretty cool. And I did not realize how old it was.
How old was it?
Like I pulled it out and there was some stuff in it. So I just pulled them out and I was like, oh, these are like song lyrics. There was like 10 pages of song lyrics. I tore them out of the book, was just looking through them. And I was like, damn, I don't even recognize these. Like that's crazy. Set them down. On the inside cover, it has my full set list at the time. I only know 2 of the songs.
Oh my God, Dollar.
Bro. Like some of them kind of like ring a bell.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, kind of vaguely remember that song.
Oh my God.
But that's what I mean is like, I think that's probably most songwriters. Were they good? I don't know. Some of them maybe were decent. The ones I know probably because they're still around.
Yeah.
But the ones, they fall off, the ones that are shit.
You're like, ooh, I didn't get a response from that one.
Yeah. But it just makes you realize, like when he was talking about that, because Dirty Heads inspired the shit out of me last night. Just not just for like trying to do music, but just in life. Like when he was talking about the black sheep. Yeah, and we've talked about the black sheep.
Yeah.
In fact, we were talking about it a little before the show yesterday. That ghetto ass little venue that
in the Springs
that everybody knows.
Right? Everybody knows.
Everybody knows that venue. And he was just talking about how he was asking the crowd because it was packed. It was a packed fucking Ford amphitheater. Was totally full, and they seemed like they were really enjoying it. I don't know how much of that is stagemanship, you know what I mean? How much is like, damn, this place is really fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Where was I going with that? What was I going to say?
That they inspired you.
Yeah. Oh, he inspired me because he was talking about asking the crowd, how many of you were at those Black Sheep shows?
Yeah.
And there's like not very many, like a couple of people were like, oh yeah. But it realized, and he was like, yeah, damn, it's been a long journey, 20 years. And you're just like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And it took that's what it takes. People don't realize that. You see these, people always talk about these overnight sensations. We have this American Idol mentality or like these people, these nobodies snatched from anonymity and they just become these massive. It's not really how it works 99.9% of the time.
Yeah.
You see somebody, you're like, oh, who's this new act? And you're like, yeah, they've been playing for 15 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they've been doing their
gigging
thing.
and all that stuff.
Yeah, because how long ago did Dirty Heads really break? Like when was Cabin by the Sea the first big one? What was their first big hit? I don't know what it was. It makes me wonder how long it kind of took them to get to that level. The other thing that I thought was phenomenal about them and very inspiring is how the fuck do you make 8 people in a band work all the time? You know what I mean? For 20 years.
Yeah.
It's all the same original members or have they changed anything out?
No, it's all the same.
See,
Dave's been there since like 2006.
Crazy, bro.
Yeah.
It's so, I just know from being in bands, it is so hard to keep a group together. Like so many factors go into making a really excellent band. You have to have top tier musicians and songwriting, right? You have to have somebody or at least a few people at least one person in the band that can write music. So you have original songs. They got to be good, right? And then you have to have like stable enough personalities where everyone gets along and then nobody's, off fucking around all the time. People show up for practice because that's always a big thing. There's a lot of people that join bands that are just half-ass hobbyists. They're not really trying to do the whole thing. Are you looking up the Cabin by the Sea thing?
Yeah, I'm seeing what their first breakout was on their one.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just super difficult to keep a group together and to have quality musicians and quality people that are, reliable and consistent and stuff like that. So to have that over 20 years, that's how you build something like what they have. But it makes me think of all the other bands that were starting the same time.
Yeah.
As them that are just nowhere now. They just never. They just dissolved.
So the Lay Me Down was like one of their very first ones.
Okay.
Yeah, with Rome.
I mean, when was that? Is that like 18 or something like that?
No, it was before that. That was 2010.
2010.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I remember like Patty and the Pure had did like an exclusive like recording of that of Cabin by the Sea actually.
Oh yeah.
In one of their studios that he helped with and everything like that.
That's cool.
But back in the day, like Patty, he had, he'd started the peer.org, with
he's been
guy,
on the
Phil.
show a long time ago.
Yeah. And that's when he owned the Pier. He still does a little bit with them, but he's not an owner of them anymore. But, when Patty was doing his clothing line, he had a clothing line called Sense Boardwear.
I remember that.
And Dave had done a couple of designs for him early on in Sense Boardwear, in the early, in like 2000s.
Wow.
And like I have a couple of those, like I was telling you, a couple of those shirts that Dave had put his early designs on. And but no, with the Sense stuff, he used to do compilation CDs. And it used to be like he used to do like stuff like with old early groups like Surround Sound and HB20, like all those kind of different things, like when Dirty Heads before Dirty Heads. And so he has a lot of stuff on there from their
HB20. Is that one of the previous?
I think so, yeah. One
of the previous conglomerations of band members or whatever. There is a lot of that too. I was telling you about the reggae band I was in. It was called Despicables.
Yeah, you said.
And then we changed the name to Disciples, changed me in, and this guy named Flying J was the new keyboard player. But you see that all the time. I always think about the guys who were in the band before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I was in Despicables and it fucking took off, that singer and that old keyboard player, like, fuck, man, we should have made it work. It's just funny how that works, I was thinking about how you must become friends too, right? With other bands and things like that.
Yeah.
And people like you, just people in the industry, just helping out, people working, selling stuff. And because that was what shocked me, is how many people were there, how full it was, but yet still how many people you recognized and how many people you talked to. And I saw it happening all around me.
Yeah.
Like there were people like, hey, what's up? And they were all finding each other.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, this is so fucking cool.
The community,
Yeah, and those people we were talking to, what do they call Dirty Head followers? Do they have a word for it?
Well, the Dave's is the Skanker Crew.
Oh, the Skanker Crew?
Yeah. And so, because that's his logo is the skateboard anchor, the
Right.
Skanker. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it was cool to see the community that's been built there. Because so many of those people, dude, they're like, yeah, I was at the show yesterday. Yeah, I'm going to Dillon tomorrow.
Yep.
I was just going to see everything. And it's like we talked about, too, because they're not on a big tour or anything right now.
No.
But it's so dope that they hit up Colorado the way that they do.
Because Red Rocks is one of those, like, bucket lists for a lot of fans.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people that enjoy music and stuff like that. And, I always take that for granted because, when they come out here, and again, those people that are here that you met, they don't live in Colorado.
I know. They were talking, that one dude was from Indiana.
Yeah, they
we were talking about
travel.
fishing.
Yeah, and they come out, and they want to, see the shows.
Yeah, he wanted to know if I was going to be around again.
So, but yeah, no, it's wild that they come out and see those kind of things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what was curious to me too is how it's a similar set and everything. Because I think about that as a musician, when people come out to see me.
Yeah.
And they've been out multiple times. You're like, you want to change it up. And I've always changed things like crazy, and I have a master set list I work from. But to hear that at the professional level, like they are, that's what they're doing. It's basically the same set. Maybe they're taking a couple songs out here and there, depending on how much time they have to play. But what I was thinking about was how good you get at those songs.
Yeah.
Like you just crush them. And you probably come up with little things you only do live or whatever with it.
Like in between like breaks and stuff like that. Like he was doing with, what is it? Dang, I forget what song it was that they took a break and he was like, fuck yeah. That's when he like acknowledged the crowd and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so a couple topics I did want to hit today. Have you seen Liver King deal?
With Joe Rogan, how
fucking he wanted to kill Joe Rogan?
Yeah, like he got arrested for like misdemeanor. What is it? Was it threatening or something like that? Or terrorist?
Yeah, something along those lines.
Terrorism or something like that.
Yeah, so the Liver King, if you don't know what the Liver King is, you're under a rock right now.
Yeah.
This dude's been around for a while. But he fucked up because he built his whole persona off of a lie. If he had just
all natural,
that's what I was saying, dude. If he just came out from the beginning, because he's so jacked, dude, so ridiculous superhero jacked. And if he just came out and was like, "Bro, I just fucking shoot up everything. I'm that guy, bro.
Yeah.
I just take it all. Fucking get hard. I lift hard. I fucking eat raw meat. I do all the shit." But instead, he lied and then turned it into like a preaching thing, where he was just always talking about people who are living.
Ancestral way of living.
Yeah, dude's literally just taking chunks out of raw livers and
the whole family.
Brr.
They were like, like what something was killed, and like they were there, and like they gutted it right then and there, and they took out the liver and the heart, and they were like taking chunks of it, right? Yeah, dude. Like he got the whole family involved in that stuff.
Ugh. But yeah, so if it wasn't founded on a lie, he would have been fine. But it was all a lie. And then he fucked up again because then it got discovered. How did it happen? I can't remember.
More dates. Derek.
It was Derek. Yeah, he threatened him too. There was 3 people. The other dude is some other guy. He's like a YouTuber who comments on bodybuilding and stuff like that.
But Derek had gotten like some emails.
Okay.
Remember he had found some emails. That's how he found that he was on steroids.
Oh, tell me! I forgot the story of how.
Well, that's how like the more plays, more dates like released like emails showing like they redacted stuff on there obviously because
basically showing he used.
But saying that he needed this.
There's no way he didn't. I don't think who in their right mind thought that guy was natural.
Yeah. Well, that's what Joe Rogan was saying. There's no way. Yeah. And even Derek, that's the way they were talking about it. So
yeah. So then it's just like a fall from grace. And now I had heard a couple of accounts of him reaching out to Joe Rogan and was like, hey, let me come on the show and write my name.
Yeah.
And Rogan basically was like, nah, fuck off. You're a huckster, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I don't believe you. You're a liar. You're not coming on here. And then it went dark. It turned real dark. And he was doing this shit all on social
Instagram,
media
bro.
for everyone.
Yeah.
Just like telling everybody. He literally flew to Austin or drove to Austin, something. Got to Austin.
Brought his family.
Brought his family, dude. It was so wild seeing them. You know the variety of people in the world. There's some wacky people. Because they're like in the hotel room and he's with his family and he's like praying.
Yeah.
Before he's going to murder Joe Rogan.
Well, and before he gets arrested too.
Yeah.
He goes and turns himself in or whatever. And again, it's like, but he's right, he's looking for those views.
Yeah.
Any way possible. Now, any way possible, right? Because before, that's why he was doing it so natural, because he also had that supplement company that he was doing.
On top of it, he's selling shit?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why he was saying, I'm all natural. This is what we do, and we eat these, and we...
It's all just trying to make money.
Yeah.
Get clicks, get views, sell product.
Yep.
Yeah, I just thought he's off his fucking rocker. He seems like he's on other drugs, not just performance enhancing shit.
The steroids do fuck with your mentality too.
He doesn't look good.
So,
right? In the face.
He looks old.
Yeah, he looks...
he's like I think he's the same age as you, bro.
No.
I think Liver King's like the same age as you, dude.
Fucking way, bro. Liver King, he looks 60. I thought he was more like Rogan's age. That's wild. Yeah, don't fuck with your bodies, kids. But I mean, his body from the neck down, though, he's a goddess, a god, goddess.
47, bro.
He's older than me.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's a year older than you, but he looks like he's fucking.
Yeah, that's. I guess I don't know why I said it like that. Yeah. He's older than me. No, but only a year older than me.
Yeah, March 2nd.
Yeah, because I'm partway through my 46 year. I'm almost 47.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Because you were 79.
Yeah, so he must have been born in 78.
Yeah, he's March 2nd, 1978.
Damn, that's crazy.
So he's literally like almost like an exact year older than you, almost.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn near about a month off. Fuck, dude. He looks so old.
But now,
particularly now, like a year ago, he didn't
bags
look
under
as
his
bad.
eyes and everything.
God,
well, did you ever watch the documentary on Netflix? I think
about him.
Yeah, dude. His fall from grace.
One.
Oh yeah, it talks about the whole steroid thing and everything.
Damn,
like that.
I gotta watch it
from the beginning all the way up until like he got caught.
Yeah, I gotta watch it.
Yeah,
I gotta watch it. It was just, was he really gonna kill Rogan? You think?
I don't know.
It's like he was gonna show up, and the way he talks about
views.
And get some views. Yeah. And if you think there's a fucking chance in hell you're gonna getting to Joe Rogan,
that you're gonna beat Joe Rogan up.
No. Oh, that too. Yeah.
Fucking Joe Rogan's a martial artist, bro.
He's
like a kickboxing champion.
You're gonna get fucked up. It's all relative.
That's what he used to do when he was like, he's in the early 20s and all that stuff before.
Was it Taekwondo? Is that what he did? What did he do?
Kickboxing. I mean, yeah.
It was something. I just remember that video of him kicking somebody in the head, bro. And he talks about that. He said it fucked with him. That was when he first started thinking about getting out of fighting. Because he's like, if I can do that to somebody can do that to me. And then I don't want to get kicked in the head. The dude was taken out on a stretcher unconscious.
Yeah.
Like, that's scary shit.
Yeah.
Dude. But yeah, I don't know what the guy was thinking.
Yeah.
He's just desperate. He wants to. I always wonder about the family in those situations. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we always talk about is like, you got to have friends and family, like chosen family and stuff that's around you that keep you in check.
Yeah.
Right? So I know if I started pulling some shit like that, ain't no way my family's going with me. We ain't going with you to kill Joe Rogan, you dumbass. What are you doing? You need help. Let's get you some help. You know what I mean? Like the fact that his wife and we just support him no matter what. Like,
dude.
That's wild.
And like I said, you watch that video and they do. And she supports him.
Yeah.
Like 100%.
Yeah. I wonder how he's doing financially. I wonder if he's okay.
I mean, he still
It's
gets
gotta be
those
okay,
YouTube,
right?
Like, he still gets his subscriberships and all that stuff. And
The other thing is, did he get lawsuits for the products?
I don't know.
Yeah. But maybe there was.
That's his products, though. That he owns.
That's what I'm saying. Like people who bought those.
Oh, we're like
under the guise that this is all natural.
'cause
But maybe he
still-
didn't actually break any laws with that.
Well, because they were saying that, you don't break any laws with those. You're just saying you're natural, not that other stuff.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
It's implied.
But no, that was the other thing too that he was talking about on the documentary, saying that that he despite steroids and everything, he still lives the ancestral ways, with the foods that he eats and everything like that, and obviously, right, because you don't stay jacked like that by just steroids.
Dude,
you
he
got to eat
walks
right.
around like that. Oh yeah.
You got to eat right and stuff like that to stay like lean like that. And
let's give him that
everything.
because
So,
that is a thing that people do all the time.
Yeah.
People think there's this magical thing. You shoot up the steroids
and then you just buff. You just get lean and buff. No, you have to actually do things.
No.
Too.
You have to also work out like an animal. You got to watch your nutrition. You
Yeah,
got to get good sleep. You got to do all the things.
Yeah. So he still was doing that part. He's just also with steroids.
It's so weird because I associate those kind of things with like getting your life together, right?
Yeah.
Like, damn, I'm eating good. I'm working out. I'm getting myself, But you can be doing all those things and be legit fucking crazy.
Yeah. Well, I remember Bruce Leroy one time telling me, he goes, yeah, I knew somebody that took steroids. He goes, they just took steroids and lifted weights. He goes, they weren't like eating right or anything like that. He's like, you couldn't even tell that they were on steroids, bro.
That's the not
I was like,
worth
yeah,
it.
that's fucked up. That's fucked up, dude. He goes, yeah, you can't even tell that dude was on steroids.
That is so not worth it. Yeah, that's true. I guess you have to do everything. You probably got hella strong though.
Oh, I'm sure.
If you're lifting weights and you're taking steroids, you're going to be fucking strong.
Oh, yeah, dude.
But you're not going to look necessarily jacked, right?
Yeah.
Or like cut or anything like that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that'll never be me. That'll never be, because again, that needles, I can't do needles, dollar.
Oh yeah.
So I will never be steroid jacked.
I know. Can you imagine, Pierce? You have the easiest case for showing that you're clean. It's like fucking, I don't do
Are you on
needles.
steroids?
Hell no, bro. I would, but
Did you see those needles? No. I'm
No,
good.
no,
I'm good
no,
on
no.
those.
yeah, the things that people go through, the ends that they go to. Something's always driving people like that. How is your fitness stuff going? I went to the gym yesterday for the first time in a very long time.
I know I joked around with you because like we were texting about like 2:30.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, just be at my house at 4:30. And you're like, okay, I don't know if I'll have enough time. And I was like, Jesus, dollar, how long are you at the gym? It's like,
Yeah, well, because I had just got there.
Okay.
I got there a little bit before that. But the thing was I didn't have any of my shit. Plus, I forgot my fucking gym bag yesterday because it's been so long since I've been.
you just walked out the door, got
Dude,
to the
I was
truck
gonna
and drove away.
Yeah, that's why I got there a little early to your house yesterday because I skipped the sauna because I had all my shit and then I fucking just drove off to the gym. Got to the gym, was like, damn it! But at least I had everything to work out, so I just worked out.
It's funny.
Yeah, and then
I've done the opposite. I brought everything with me, but shoes. Like
I've done that.
when I was at work.
That's the worst.
When I was at work, right? And I had dress shoes on, dollar.
Working out in loafers.
I was and so finally I was like, "Fuck this! I'm just gonna work out in socks." I'm not gonna walk around with my freaking t-shirt, my gym shorts, and some fucking dress shoes.
That is so funny, dude. Oh my god. Yes, I've been there. It sucks when you forget that crucial thing. Sometimes it's my towel. I'm like, fucking hell, bro. Because that's what I had I known yesterday, it wouldn't have mattered because I forgot my bag. But I would have packed my bag in a way that I could take a shower afterward and everything, and then just go straight to your house.
Yeah.
Would have been the move. But no, because I was at the gym, then I had to drive all the way back to my house, take a quick shower, change, and then head to your house. But I wanted to ask you because you mentioned your knee too, because my knee.
Well, it was yesterday when I was rushing because.
Oh yeah,
it's the end of the year. It's the end of fiscal year here for a lot of education and stuff like that. And so for me, this is scramble time, bro.
Yes,
and so I was telling you, I was like, just let me know when you're on your way, dollar. Because like I was literally,
I saw the text pop up. I was already driving.
I was like working up to the point where I was like, let me know when you're on your way. And you're like, on my way. I was like, fuck, here we go. Gotta go turn the shower on real quick.
I knew that was exactly what was going on. I just figured it. It just popped up because your text popped up, and I was like, "Uh-oh."
Yeah, and so like
way, buddy.
when you said that, I did the quick boy shower. It's like wash, get everything done. And when I was like running around, I slipped, bro, and I did the whole like I twisted my knee, and I was like, "Oh." I was like, fuck, that hurt, dude. I was like, oh, and it's the, it's my goofy ass knee too.
It's always a moment
like
that.
Yeah. And so today is a little sore. As I was saying, like last night, sleeping, a little sore.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
And I relate to that. It's so tough when you're hurting like that. Mine was a twist coming off of a layup. What originally did it a few months ago, but then I fucked it up working on the sprinklers, dude. I was right outside here.
Oh, just bending over.
I bent down and was like messing with the what's it called, the solenoid.
Yeah.
And I put my knee. I just chose the wrong fucking rock. Dude.
Did you? Oh no!
And I didn't like slam it. I just went down on my knees, but it was so painful. Dude. I was like, oh god! And then for days after, I could barely walk because it's already my fucked up knee. Yeah. It's like the one that I have trouble with.
Yep.
And then I just put all my weight on it on a hard ass sharp rock, and then I've been fucked for days.
Dude, that's the worst when you like lean on something and you're like mine was like in the middle of the night. You go to the bathroom or something like that. And it's a dog bone.
Oh, you stepped on it? Or?
You're walking, you're like, the eyes closed. Because the path to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And I just you step on it and it's like a fucking Lego, dude. And it's just like, God, because it's sharp, right?
You have all hardwood floors too, right?
And the dog, just chomps on it. So it makes it sharper. And then you step on it, you're like, fuck.
Yeah. You know what gets me? What I hate more than anything is high heels. You ever step on a high heel before?
No.
Bro. I mean, you will fucking break your whole leg.
Really?
Yeah, because the way that they sit like up at an angle.
Oh,
so
and
when
someone just leaves it in the room?
Like fucking twists and turns. And you're like, yeah. Not so much the regular high heels, but the what are they like? Like the elevated ones that have the
platforms.
Platforms.
Yeah.
Those. Don't trip. You'll trip hard on those. I've tripped hard on those.
And all you have are girls that have platform shoes in this house.
I've also had the experience of tripping on my own shoe and don't realize it. And you're like, who the
Oh,
shit, that's my Air Max there.
Damn it, that's me.
Yeah, better chill out. Yeah, tripping and falling. And when you get older, these things there's like such bigger consequences. I can't imagine having this conversation when we were 25. You know what I mean? Like, I'll lean down on a rock, bro. I can't walk for 3 days. Fuck, I'm getting old. I have noticed a real connection. I think I've told you this before with sugar, though. If I have too much sugar or processed carbs in general, so even chips are included in there, chips, cookies, whatever, ice cream, the next day I have so much more inflammation in my knee.
Oh, really? Damn.
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Still eat the sugar. That's why I still
your meal last night was cracking me up, though.
Oh my god, dude!
You went all in.
I was so starving, dude. We both were. I was so fucking hungry, and they had those. So they had like the curly fries,
and then they have the ribbon fries,
and then they
chips.
have the ribbon chips. These things, for the listeners on the video, I'll show you. I'm like holding my hand. It's like much larger than a football, like this big fucking mound of chips, and they've got all these toppings all over them. It looked bussin', but not only did I get that, I also got a corn dog on top. I couldn't finish. What was funny was I realized how hungry I was because I started eating, and I was like, "Ooh!" And then that when you feel that fullness real quick,
the satiation,
you're like, "Oh, like I'm barely started here." And then I look over at you, and you're like, you've taken like 3 bites maybe, and I'm like, I've almost eaten my entire corn dog. I'm like, well, I had to stop. I was like, bro, you're gonna get a stomach ache in a minute. You don't realize it. You ever do that? You just eat too fast because you're so hungry.
Then you're just like,
and then you're like, oh, so full, and you just go too far.
Yep.
Plus, because I think your stomach shrinks when you don't eat. Like neither one of us really ate much all day yesterday.
Nope.
And your stomach shrinks, and then that meal was funny.
Yeah, that was funny. You're just like, well, because you also told me too. You're like, no, I got the corn dog too because I haven't eaten much. So I was like thinking protein.
They just discredited all of our nutrition advice on the show.
Tony Tyler's using corn dogs for protein.
Well, it was more protein than the chips, right? It's got something. It has some meat in it, if you call that meat, I guess. Who knows? It was good, though.
Yeah.
It was delicious.
It was good.
That food was fucking delicious.
Well, that's what I was telling you, too, like, when we were talking, like, when you go to, like, fairs or festivals or anything like that, like, to me, a go-to absolutely is a funnel cake.
Which we didn't do yesterday.
Yeah. You got to get a funnel cake whenever.
Funnel cakes are awesome.
Yeah, dude. Or, like if we go to, if we go to a Rockies game, you're not going to go see the Rockies. You're going for, like, a funnel cake.
Yeah. Poor Rockies.
I know.
Yeah, we're all choosing funnel cake.
And it's funny because when Dave was out here, the Dodgers were out here. And they were playing the Rockies. And it was so funny how the timing was because, again, I've been traveling like a madman. And so when Dave was out here, I was in Anaheim. And, the Dodgers were playing the Rockies in Colorado.
Wow.
And so it was just like we both like just
That's hilarious.
flip-flopped each other. But he went to the game with Patty. And obviously the Dodgers won.
Yeah, of course.
But then at the pop-up I wore my Rockies hat. And he's like, "Get out of here." He's like, "Get out of here. Get out of here." I was like, "I'm not a threat. I'm not a threat to you."
Yeah. Rockies aren't a threat to anybody, unfortunately. Yeah, I grew up a Dodgers fan. I was always a Dodgers fan when I was a kid. I used to love Mike Piazza and that whole crew.
Yeah. Tommy Lasorda, manager and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. God, I forgot about him.
Yeah, no, and I mean, he used to do those Slim Fest
Oh,
commercials.
yeah. Damn, look at your memory on that. Yeah, but I told you this many times before. I don't know if it was everywhere, but I know in California where I was at, when the Rockies came out, the Rockies and the Florida Marlins.
Yeah.
You saw Marlins shit, but that Rockies shit was everywhere.
Well, yeah, because that was like the new team.
Yeah, the purple.
And the purple and the black, yeah. And it had the CR, right?
Yeah,
They give me
silver in it.
With Chris Rock. In one of his shows, he had the CR in the back for Chris Rock.
hell yeah.
Like the Rockies logo. So I think that was bigger and blacker that he did.
Was
that was
it?
the one,
Okay. Yeah. I was. I always liked baseball. We played as kids. Did you play baseball as a kid? No, I didn't play on teams or anything, but we all played. Like
yeah.
We'd go over to the school with bats.
Yep, exactly. I lived right by Gateway High School.
I told you my story that I wanted to be a pitcher.
Oh,
I wanted to be a pitcher so bad, pitcher or catcher, because I was like Piazza as well. And I could, man, I got an arm. I got no aim.
no. You're like Wild Thing from Major League.
Exactly. Dude, I pegged glasses. So many of my friends.
All you needed was glasses, dollar.
Yeah, I know. But the thing was, I could see great. I just couldn't fucking get the ball to go where I wanted. But no, I pegged people all the time. I walked everybody.
That's hilarious. Oh my God, dude.
But I loved it. I wanted to be a pitcher so bad. I wanted to figure out how they get all that shit on it. Like the curve balls and the knuckle balls. I was fascinated with all that, but I couldn't really do any of it.
It's the whole gripping, right? And like the how fast you can throw or how like your angle of the pitch and everything.
You ever think about how interesting the balls are that are used for different sports?
Yeah.
Like they vary so much. To me, basketball is like the most traditional. It's just this big bouncy sphere, right? Or volleyball is similar. Yeah. But then you look at baseball, that will fucking kill you. Did you see that dude? Somebody was trying to steal second. I don't know. I don't even remember who the team was. Somebody was trying to steal second, and the catcher tried to throw him out on second. Fucking clocked the pitcher. It like ricocheted off the top of his head. It sounded like a baseball bat hit it, bro. Yeah. And he was like all angry. He like fucking threw his glove down, was like holding his head. And I was thinking about me, how when I hit my head on the trunk. I'm like, you could you might want to just go get a check, after something like that, bro. Especially if you get a lump and shit, just go look at it. But that baseball will fucking kill you. People have died from a baseball 100%.
Hockey pucks, you'll die from a hockey puck, bro.
That's the weirdest one. It's not even a ball.
Yeah.
It's a fucking little puck.
Solid rubber, dude.
Yeah, it's a little...
That thing hits you.
Cylinder, I guess.
That thing hits you.
Oh, yeah.
Like in the face or some shit, dude. Like like a slap shot or something. Fucking forget about it, dude. You're done.
You're done. Yeah. That's why they're dressed the way they are, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they let them fight. Football, that's an oddly shaped ball, dude.
It is an oddly shaped ball, yeah.
It is, right? Like the rugby one is oddly shaped, and then football takes it to the next level. It's got like the pointed ends.
The pointed
you know
ends,
what I mean?
yeah. Or rock.
That's so bizarre. The kind of ball that will just, you never know how it's going to bounce when it hits the ground.
Boom. Yeah.
You might hit it and then bounce the other.
And I guess that's the thing about it, right? Like kickoff, stuff
Yeah,
like that. Yeah.
It's just weird when you start breaking down. It's like that idea when there's a word and you just keep saying it over and over, and pretty soon it's just like, whoa, it ceases to make sense. I feel like it's the same with anything. Like if you start really thinking about football and like what we're doing, you get these fucking 11 guys versus 11 guys, put them on a field, this weird ass shaped ball that we pump full of air, fucking throwing down. You got to run into the end zone. You got to get to the end zone. But there's all these. It's not just like free for all. Like
it's just if you think about it, right? Like, if you go deep dive and you're like who the fuck decided like, yeah, we're gonna do this, this, and this, and that's a score.
Yeah, I know.
That's a score. That
so
you can score like this.
Yeah,
that's illegal. You can't do that. That's way illegal.
Right,
like like all the rules that came up with it. Yeah,
yeah. Sports are interesting on how they develop. It makes me wonder the oldest sports when they first started. You know what I mean? Like at what point did we get comfortable enough that we were like, hey, we can do some shit for recreation? Or was it like that? Or did sports come out of like
I think sports have been always
hunting
around
training
since like
and
since with the Aztecs with the ball ones, the ring,
arguably the oldest version of basketball,
Yeah.
right? When they're trying to
soccer too.
same
thing. Yeah.
It's like the
No, what movie was it? The Adam Sandler movie where they're doing baseball for the first time. What was that? I forget.
Adam Sandler.
Yeah, it's like an Adam Sandler Western movie. I don't even know. What
Really?
It was. Yeah, where he's like, you got to play a game with me before I give you, like, I guess they're like looking for information or anything like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, you got to play this game with me, and he had a ball and a bat, and he's like, okay, you pitch me the ball. He goes, and I will hit it. He's like, we'll go for, and that's how it works. And again, they were making up baseball as they go. So the guy pitched the ball to him. And like it goes like way out, and he goes, "Oh no, I can't hit that. I can't hit that. So that's not you have to throw it to me again." He goes, "What?" He goes, we'll call that a ball. I can't hit that.
I've never
throw it
seen
again."
this.
Yeah, what movie? I had to look now on what it was, but basically like they're all doing it, and they're like, he's making up the rules as they go.
Yeah.
And then he becomes the pitcher, and he throws it, and the guy like whiffs it. He goes, that's a strike.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? He's like, what do you mean? He goes, and like he throws it again. He's like, another strike. And he goes, I should get like 3 chances or something like that. I got to see what movie this was. After.
Yeah. Interesting. That's so funny. Adam Sandler is great in general. Yeah, sports are weird.
The Ridiculous Six.
Oh, I've heard of. I remember the movie.
Yeah.
I don't think I saw it.
Yeah, Ridiculous Six.
Even the title's like a play on
baseball. Yeah, how baseball was invented. But it's so funny. It's like just the way they
I wonder if sports originated out of maybe it was pre-recreational. You know what I mean? Like where you had to like train and get fit to go hunt or to like be. I don't know. Do people train when it's that old though? Because they're just in shape.
I would feel like maybe like early Olympic stuff, right? Maybe like javelin, right? It's like a spear, right?
Yeah.
You're trying to chuck that.
That's
spear
yeah. You could
as far
see
as
it
you
with
can
some
right?
things coming out.
See that deer over there? Yeah. Watch this.
Yeah.
Watch me try to hit that fucking deer from here.
Those kind of little hand-eye coordination things I love though. Like that's why I love basketball, dude.
Yeah.
I just love playing basketball. I love being able to control the ball, being able to shoot, all that stuff. Because my game has had to change, Pierce. Like, I'm old now. Like, I can't move. I can't fucking move. And I was never great, and we know this.
You're that concrete block in the post up section.
Yes,
nobody's moving you.
I'm the guy still doing hook shots left and right, like fucking those crazy layups from out here, because there's going to be some 6'8" guy standing over the top of you.
That's funny. No, I think I am not like I like baseball, but is it my favorite? No.
Nah.
But to do baseball takes a whole nother level of coordination, right? Because to try to hit that pitch, bro, like someone throwing 100
miles an hour
fastball at you, or like a curveball, shit like that, right? You have to get that timing down. That's a whole nother thing, dude. If you can hit that ball.
Yeah.
But that's not the hardest thing to do in all professional sports. They said that at one point in time, people thought that was the hardest thing to do in professional sports. But the hardest thing to do in professional sports is a soccer goalie defending a penalty kick.
Yeah.
Because the amount of time that you get between, like, that ball, deciding on where that, the shooter's going to go on that, you have to fucking guess right.
Yeah.
Because that net is
You
huge.
have to
too.
react before you know.
Yeah, that net is huge too, bro.
Yeah.
You gotta. And that's
that's the first thought I had when you said that. I was like,
Yeah.
just mathematically speaking, like that's a lot of ground for one person to try
Yeah.
to keep a ball out of, and
Yeah.
you don't know where it's going.
And I remember they did a thing on the show called Sports Science. Actually, I think within the last month, the guy who did that Sports Science show, he recently committed suicide.
Oh shit, dude.
Yeah, we were just talking about suicide
there's
a few
lot
episodes
of
back.
suicide going on.
But he
Damn
just
it.
committed suicide and depression and all that stuff. But I remember a Sports Science thing had done a thing on defending a soccer penalty
defending
kick,
a goal. Yeah,
a penalty
sure,
kick.
sure.
Because you're right there.
Right.
And again, and a soccer goalie has so much more to think about too, right? They got to know who's kicking. They've got to know these people that are going to come and do penalty kicks and know their styles,
Right.
and where they prefer to hit. What
Right,
foot they
right.
are, etc.
That makes sense.
Dude, that's a whole nother thing too. So
Yeah, there's some, and it's what's crazy to me is because there's so many people, like the level that some of these athletes get to.
Yeah.
You don't realize that. People don't realize that when you're watching basketball, football, soccer, whatever it is, you're watching the cream of the crop. You're watching the most elite athletes in the world.
Yeah.
And that's why it's always funny. I'm a big fan. I watch so many basketball videos, dude. Not just NBA stuff, but like street ball and fucking people out there that just out there hustling playing basketball. And those are some of my favorite things to watch. I've told you this before, like old dads with mad skills, fucking old fat guys that can't move at all.
yeah,
Those are my heroes, Pierce. I want to be just like them.
goalkeepers only have about 0.4 seconds to react to a penalty kick.
Yeah, so you have to react before.
Yeah,
You can't wait until you see where the ball's going.
you can't
It's
wait
too
till you
late.
see kicking. Yeah,
It's too late. The ball's going to go in.
yeah, that's ridiculous. 0.4 seconds to react to a penalty kick to make the save.
It's impossible.
Like you said, they have to anticipate the shot before it happens. Each experienced goalkeeper rely on visual cues from the kicker's body, particularly the torso and the legs, to predict the shot direction. Damn, dude.
Yeah.
They do a lot of drills to do that.
It is always interesting, sports that have super specialized positions. Basketball is one of the less specialized, right? Like there's definitely specialized, every position's different, but not like in football, not like in soccer.
Yeah.
Like the goalie has a different job than everybody. Same with hockey,
Yeah.
right? I think about volleyball because theirs is pretty divided. I'd say more so than basketball. Because
volleyball?
because
Yeah.
they have certain moves that
Strikers, you have
if you're in a
block
position, you're
defenders,
not
yeah.
allowed to do certain
Yeah.
things and stuff like that. So that's always interesting. But I love the idea of a team. You know what I mean? But basketball is fun because you can do team or you can do one-on-one. You
Yeah.
can just like challenge somebody and go play some one-on-one.
or if you're playing in the team, right? You call for that isolation so you can go one-on-one with somebody.
Let's go.
Yeah. Like everyone's like, clear out, clear out, clear out.
Yeah. Dude, I absolutely love just watching basketball online and watching there's so many good street ballers. Oh, that's where I was going with that earlier, was that until you see some some guy off the bench, so you barely know his name from the NBA.
Yeah.
And then he's playing against the best street baller in town, or whatever.
Yeah.
Just fucking smokes him.
Yeah, I know.
Just smokes him
Well,
effortlessly.
that's the whole thing with what was it, Ryan Scalabrine, who played for the Boston Celtics. I think he actually won the championship with Boston, but
This is the tall white guy, right?
yeah, the tall white guy.
I know who you're talking about.
Where people were like, Ryan Scalabrine was obviously not the best
Sure.
person, but his thing was when he talked to people, like he did a whole thing where he offered people a pot, like if they $5,000, if you beat me in basketball, I'll double your money. He's like, but if you can't beat me, that's my money too.
Hustling.
And and so people would challenge him. And so he started offering that challenge to people. And at one point in time, he told this, he told somebody, he goes, I'm closer to LeBron James than you are.
Yeah.
I'm closer to being as skilled as LeBron James than you are.
Yeah.
And so they were, and he was, a bench player. And again, to make it into the NBA.
That's what I'm saying.
It's tough, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Is like people don't realize that.
So even if you're like, let's say G League too.
Exactly.
If you're even that G League, you're still a fucking baller, dude.
Dude, I know.
Like an average ass person is not beating that.
No. And the odds of somebody coming along that will beat you is, come on. That's what I'm saying. We don't realize you're watching the cream of the crop. Yeah. And there's so many humans out there that there are people that have skills on levels it will just blow your mind, whether it's basketball, whatever sport it is. By the way, Tom Brady, that fucking guy. I like that guy. I really like him and I hate him. But he was, did you see him shooting baskets? Just dropping threes.
Oh, really?
Doosh.
Oh, wow.
Doosh.
Damn.
Doosh. Back to back. I was like, come on, dude. This guy's got every
sprinkles.
Just sprinkle. God just kept going with the fucking magic dust.
No, I think that's the disconnect. Like a lot of, I guess like fans do that too, right? Like, I can make that free throw. Come on, man. I can make that free throw. Until you're into that stadium with, thousands of people
even
yelling at you.
Size-wise for most of us.
Right? Yeah.
Like you get down to a basketball court, you're on that court level, and you're looking at the players like, oh my God, these guys are freakishly giant.
Yeah. Well, that's what I remember. That's what I thought. I was like, oh, I'm going to go to the NBA. I am tall. Blah, blah, blah. Bro, I am tall.
You're like a small guard.
For a regular, like me and Steph Curry are the same height. We're 6'3".
Yeah.
I am a point guard. I do not play like a point guard, bro.
Yeah, you used to be in the big guy.
Yeah, I was used to being the
like
big guy.
A forward or center.
Yeah, dude, like a forward. Yeah, no, not in the NBA. In the NBA, I am a fucking point guard, bro.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I don't have those ball handling skills. I don't have.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. It's really, 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 really.
Again,
crazy.
people have that. They don't understand the disconnect between a regular person and a professional athlete.
Mm-hmm.
They think they can just do it too.
Yeah. When you get some people, you just get that combination of like genetics and work ethic. When you get those two things, it's fucking over.
Yeah.
Steph Curry out there shooting 65,000 3-pointers in a day or whatever.
Or even like, the stories of Kobe.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
Just, even after a win.
Yeah, he's out there practicing after the game.
After practicing after the game, shooting like 100 shots, dude. Like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous. That was one thing that was dope when I was at the gym yesterday. That's the great thing about the summer vacations.
Yeah, there's nobody in there.
Yeah, because I when I had my bag, I brought my basketball and everything.
Yeah.
I was like, hey man, after I lift weights, I'll just look and see if I can maybe shoot around a little. There was nobody in there, bro. Nobody. There was one guy in there just working on handles and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, that's fucking cool. So. What's today? Saturday? So I'll probably go on Monday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mondays. The weekdays are the days to go.
Yeah, you're like, Dollar's like, I'm a teacher. I can go whenever I want.
During the summer.
Nobody will be there.
Yeah. And then during the school year, I'm not alive. I'm buried. Why is it so much more satisfying to play on one of those like indoor wooden courts with the glass backboard? You know what I mean? There's something so much more satisfying to me. Like because growing up poor, we shot on so many fucking netless hoops, and you know what I mean? That's the worst. There's no swish. Yeah. It's just silence. If you make a swish.
No, I don't know.
It fucks with your head. You're like,
I like playing. I used to always like playing outside too. Because the whole element of being outside, and if it was a fucking windy day,
I had never seen anything like here in Colorado, bro.
Yeah,
we did not have that growing up. Like, there's days I go over here to this school to shoot around, or now I can shoot out here. I haven't seen it here, but I go shoot over there, and that wind will just take. You have to adjust.
Oh,
bro.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like shooting over here to fucking make it over there.
Like white man can't jump.
Yeah,
the wind, you got to adjust to the left.
Yeah,
or to the right.
Yeah,
he's doing that. Yeah, it's I always like that. I mean, like when we grew up, we used to play at Rocky Ridge Park in Aurora.
Okay,
and that was another good one until they made Hoops Park, like right there off of Buckley and Chambers. No, Buckley and 6th.
Okay,
so it's a little park called Hoops Park, and then that's when they had like the outdoor nice setup. Like it was like the rubberized,
the
rubberized like outside, and then like the clear basketball, the glass basketball hoops and everything like that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Dude, I love this one that Alex, my next door neighbor right here, just got.
Yeah,
he's got a glass backboard.
Yeah,
it's flimsy and stuff. The hard thing about that is it's the where you're putting it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like because I played. My dad at one point when I was a kid built me one that he put like on the edge of the roof or whatever. Yeah. And that's fun, but you're just always, it's not regular. You're on some weird slant or you're shooting at an angle. And then this one, the boys, Jay and his friends, they play out here a lot too.
Yeah.
And they just every time they take it down to like 9 feet. I'm like, why? Why do you do that? And then on top of it, I like to put it right where the drop of the curve is, facing the street, and then just play from the street. To me, because otherwise you got one side that's all on an angle,
wonky,
and one side I was looking at that at your house too. A lot of people in your house, in your neighborhood, have basketball hoops, but they have that one. It's like mostly it stays on the side, and then you're playing like on a
angle
to one side, so that you're shooting a 3 from the right side of the court, and it's like this.
It's like golf. You have to estimate the elevation.
Gotta put like some super heat on it just to get it there.
Yeah. No, it's that's when I grew up at our house. Like when we again, same thing. Grew up, poor, middle class, and stuff like that. Lower middle class, and we moved into our house. Finally, when it was in high school-ish. But the house that we moved in had a basketball hoop on it already.
Ooh.
But it wasn't 10 foot.
Yeah, it was lower.
It was lower because it was like, it was put on above the garage.
Yeah.
And so it was like probably like 8 foot tall.
Oh, you dunk. No.
And so, people like to come into the house and
fucking 360s.
Yeah. If you still like don't dunk on it, you're going to mess up the hoop, dude.
Yeah. There was an elementary school that I went to by our house. And they had regular basketball hoops, and then they also had the lower ones too. And bro, like the dunk contest we had
for the kids, the shorter ones for the kids,
yeah. But and I remember we would just go fucking ham, and we love playing full out games on those, because in the middle, there's nothing better. A dunk's cool, and a dunk contest is fun, but there's nothing better than a dunk in the middle of a game. Oh, game situation, especially you posterize somebody just over the top of them.
That's what we used to do. What is it? When you used to play 21, and if somebody misses a shot, you do the putback, brings them back to like 0.
Yeah.
Right. Resets them. But if we used to do a thing, like if you can dunk putback, they're out of the game. They're done. Like if you're
eliminated.
If you get dunk putback, you're done. You're game. You can't play no more. You're out of the game.
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
Go lick your wounds.
But we also always people, there's sometimes where I played with people and, 21 was 0 is the absolute score, right? The absolute bottom.
Right. Like
if you kept on getting put back, you just got put back to 0. Nah, dude, we were savage, Tony. We used to do negatives. Like, bro, you're negative 10, dude.
People in debt with points.
Yeah, bro, you're negative 10, bro. You keep on getting put back, stuff like that.
Damn.
We'd always do like like 2 points. They got put back. 2 points. You got put back. 2 points.
Yeah.
Yeah. Savage.
Dude, I was looking at my text. I text my things usually a few things during the week that I see that are interesting.
Yeah.
Dude, I found there's this Alaskan wood frog. You ever heard of it? It freezes solid in the winter.
Yeah.
No breathing. No nothing.
Yeah.
That shit is wild.
The heartbeat is like next to nothing, but it's still like the something in his blood has its like own antifreeze-ish kind of
exactly.
deal.
Yeah.
It
does,
freeze.
and then there's like 2 different things that it releases around its like organs so that they don't freeze thoroughly. They don't like completely freeze all the way through. That's just when I saw shit like that. When I see shit like that, I just realize like, what is life, man? Because what is that experience like for that frog? What is that like?
Well, you're in what total? What's it called?
Solid? Are they dreaming?
What is it? You're in anti-something. There's a snail that does that too.
It just
freezes. Snail that
freezes.
just completely freezes. Yeah.
Well, I feel like there might be a few things out there that freeze like that. That seems impossible.
Fish too, right? Fish can do the same thing.
There's some fish that can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Freeze in the water.
What is that experience like? I just think about that. You know, you just imagine the
You're just like this. You're just going. You're like,
it's getting tight.
Shit. All right, I guess we're hanging out for a while.
Yep. Right. And then do you go to sleep or are they
Fuck,
dreaming?
dude. How lonely would that be? Just
Encased in ice. That's a nightmare. That's a nightmare. Just being encased in ice for like months. Fucking just chilling. And I wonder how that happens, because how the physics of how water freezes when you're swimming around is there like little crystals at first, and then there's more and more of them, and then
eventually just slows you down. And you're just like, fuck, I'm done.
Yeah. How weird. What a weird thing to be.
And that takes
frozen.
a lot to freeze something solid.
Yeah.
Right? Like for the water to freeze solid like that low into the thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm always nervous about that. Like me and Myra went to, was it Cherry Creek in the winter a couple of times, and we're walking around out there. But I just
Fran does the ice fishing.
Yeah,
right. He does ice fishing, and he talks about that. Like he's been to the reservoir to do that. I think he also.
Oh, they do ice fishing over there.
Yeah,
they could. I mean,
yeah,
it freezes.
I think he does it in Dillon too. Maybe.
Okay.
That he does the ice fishing over there too.
That seems so terrible to me. I'm not interested in ice fishing at all.
No.
Fucking sitting in that little tent thing or whatever, if you even
fucking
have
cold
one.
as fuck, dude.
Just freezing your balls off, just sitting there hoping to get a bite.
And that shit is deep. Well, that was my other thing too. I always tell them, I was like, no, that sounds dangerous, bro. He goes, that ice is deep though, dude. Like, they use an auger, right, to drill down to make their holes and everything like that. So
at certain times it's really deep. But
yeah.
Like, how do you know? Is somebody tracking how deep it is right now?
Yeah, they do. Like,
they do.
The park officials and rangers and stuff like that.
I wonder how they do that. Like sound? Like
I don't know. Not sure.
Huh. Yeah, I have no idea. No thanks. I'm good on that.
I like actual fishing when you're like casting it off, but like with ice fishing, you're just like putting it down in a fucking hole. And like,
yeah.
We're just hanging out now.
Dude, I know. And that's what I don't like at all. Because when I grew up, that's the fishing everyone did. You'd put the little bobber, you fucking cast it, you'd set it there, it's got your little bell on it, and then you just fucking get drunk. Ding, ding, ding. If it rings, you go get your fish. But that's why I've gotten really into fly fishing. I'm in full transparency, I have yet to catch a fish fly fishing though. That shit is hard, bro.
Yeah.
It really is, because it's so intricate, which is the reason I haven't caught any fish fly fishing is the same reason I love fly fishing. Because, dude, it like me and Jay. So we were fishing out there. Everything I'm learning is all online shit and ChatGPT and stuff, just figuring out, how to go about it. And then, so we get there. We haven't even set up our camp gear yet. And I look, and Jay's throwing his line out.
Yeah.
So I walk over to him, and I'm like, man, what fly did you go with? He's like, oh, one of those black ones. I was like, oh, cool. I said, what do the bugs here look like? He's like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, because you realize that's part of the art.
Yeah.
You have to, before you ever throw your line out, what the fuck is here? And what do I have that looks like this? And I think one day I might go down that rabbit hole of making my own. That shit looks fun too.
Oh, dude, in the magnifying glass.
Yeah,
the
make it look like exactly the bug you want or something.
You should take Dan one time. Because Dan loves the fly fish.
There's a few people I kind of want to go with because I feel like I can learn something.
Yeah, Dan loves. I think at one point in time, Dan wanted to do tours and teach people how to do things and stuff like that too. So
I'll totally reach out to him.
Yeah, you need to go.
That's perfect. I'd love to go with him.
What do we call him again? Dan
Lenyo Leahy.
Yeah.
Dan Lenyo Leahy. Because when we went to that concert, when we were at that Snoop Dogg concert,
oh my God,
Dan had an endless fucking supply of joints.
Yeah.
It was mind-boggling. I'm a pothead, bro. I was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
Because every time he just pull out another one. Remember, you were saying at what point you got ashes in the person's hair or something?
No, Dan did.
No, I know. That's what I mean.
Yeah, but that was when we were at the Offset concert.
Oh, that was a different show.
That was a different concert. But he was like, I was like, oh, shit. And he was like, oh.
Yeah.
He goes, okay, it's out though.
Bro, we had 2 last night. It was more than enough.
Oh yeah,
it was more, and we didn't finish either one of them.
No,
it was just that was a lot. And Dan, we were supposed 7. I don't even
remember, dude.
I lost count.
But there was 4 of us: me, you, Dan, and Bruce Leroy.
Yeah,
and I remember
Bruce stopped hitting it at one.
Oh yeah,
and you did too.
Yeah, because he was because Bruce Leroy was next to me. I was at the end.
Yeah,
and so he kept on passing it to me, and I was like, "Why am I the? Oh no." Passing it back
nobody's hitting it but Dan.
You and Dan. And you said you felt bad because he kept on passing it to you.
Yeah, and I was right next to him. So I couldn't. There was nothing I could do. But it was fun. I mean, we had a great time. But that's how he got that nickname.
Yeah.
Dan Leño Leahy. Fucking that dude can smoke. That would be a fun, great fishing trip. Me and him.
Just
I would
smoking
love that, bro. Just smoking the whole
fishing.
time, fly fishing, learning something. Yeah. I also wiped out. We got floaties,
Okay.
and it got so hot in the middle of the day. I was just dying. And I was like, maybe I'll get in the water or something. I don't know. Hey, I'm going to blow this thing up.
Yeah.
I said it, and I already knew there was a problem because we're big guys. You relate to this. I look at unless we're talking NBA, I look at the picture on the fucking floaty, and the dude is like sitting in it like a what are those chairs, like recliner type of chair?
like a lazy boy.
Like a lazy boy, bro. He's all comfy in it. His feet are barely hanging out the other side. And then I looked at it and I was like, this dude's like 3'7". There's no fucking way.
He's like 130 pounds.
Yeah, exactly. Sure as shit, dude. I fill that thing up and then I go to sit on it. Bro, my legs are sticking out far this way. As soon as I sat on it, flipped over backwards because I was too heavy on this side.
Yeah.
My legs were not far enough out or whatever. And it was so small that I got to a point where I mastered it because I got out into the middle of the fucking lake.
Okay.
And I had to, like, if I put it's so hard to explain on a podcast because most people are just listening to this. But like anytime, like if I put my hands behind my head,
balance is
I have
off.
to stretch my legs out. Right. Or if I bring my legs in, I got to quickly put my arms up or I'm going to go backwards. And it was just this I was terrified. I was like,
hilarious.
Like, oh. It's like, need a bigger fucking floaty, dude. That's how those things always are. There's so many things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Because you don't realize, like, we're not crazy tall, but you're tall enough that you're inconvenienced a lot. Like, there's a lot of things. Most people are not over 6 foot, right?
Or heavier too, right? Like,
or just bigger in general, right?
Bigger in general. Like I remember, like looking at like paddle boards, and paddle boards have weight limits to them too, right?
Yeah.
Like some of those paddle boards, like when I take Cali, right, I have to look at it because I have to account for 2 weights now, right? And if you have like a traditional paddle board, like, it's like surfer style, it's fiberglass, whatever,
sure,
you're fine.
Yeah.
Right. But if you're on an inflatable, that's a different story, dude.
Yeah.
I always have to like look at that, like the weight limit things. And I remember like one time I saw one of the weight limits was like 280. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, well, looking at Cali. And at that time I was like 220.
Yeah.
And I was like, oof, we're going to be pushing the limit of this paddleboard here.
Damn. Yeah.
So, but
I don't do paddle boards. You know that.
They're fun.
I can't fucking stand up.
It's a good core.
It's good. It's good swimming time for me.
Can you do your knees? Can you do it on your knees?
Yeah, I can do my knees.
Okay.
Yeah, the knees I can do, and I can sit down.
What do you think? Is just like the way you stand on it, or what?
I have no idea. I mean, you remember this story?
Probably that extra toe that you got there is throwing you off. It's throwing you off.
Whatever it is. I don't know, but I've told that story before when we were was it Hawaii? I think we were in Hawaii.
Oh, that's right.
No, it was Philippines.
Yeah.
In the Philippines, I was trying to do it, and that short little Filipino dude, he just jumped up there. He's like this, okay? And then I get on there, like,
what?
Dude, the whole time, I never got a break. Like, the whole time, I'm just like this, and it's just how long before I fall.
You think you overthink it?
No.
Because at some point in time, you're just like, I'm just going to do it.
Yeah, no matter what I do, I can't. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. If you saw it, you would laugh your ass off. Everybody laughs at me.
Damn.
I'm just like, my legs are shaking. And I don't know why. It's like so hard. And I remember I told you, Chloe just jumped on that thing.
Yeah, no, I can cruise.
Dude, Jay can't do it either. Jay was on his
I can cruise, bro.
Yeah.
On a paddleboard. Because
that's crazy. The long, you can stand up on that. So
the long strokes, like,
oh, yeah.
Going, and it's the way you hold it. Your dominant hand down low, and then your weaker hand on top pushing.
Yeah,
and keeping it straight, because you always want to keep this arm straight.
Yeah, dude, just getting to the paddling is a struggle for me.
You're like I just can't stand up, bro.
As soon as I lean this side, now I'm falling on this way, and I try to overcorrect. Pretty soon it's like sploosh.
Are you pretty wide on your stance? Are you pretty? What do you think?
Yeah, I've tried everything. I've tried more wide for sure. I've tried facing slightly different directions, and I just couldn't get it. I don't know. And I told you the dude was no help. He was just like
this. You said,
yeah. What was the thing he was saying though? Just don't move your legs or something. I was like, I'm gonna fall.
You're like, yeah. If I don't move my legs,
I'm just gonna fall like a statue. But yeah, that's some people that could do it really easily. I'm not one of those people. That was when I ended up getting that like infection in my armpits too.
oh yeah, from the sun.
Horrible, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, so I want to talk about this real quick because I just saw this morning. I don't think it's passed yet. It's like super close. I'm trying to remember what it's called. It's the HB 25-1312. Do you know anything about this?
Was that the promise?
So it's known as the Kelly Loving Act. It was a bill introduced in Colorado in the General Assembly in 2025 aimed at expanding legal protections and policies for transgender individuals. So some of the stuff that's kind of crazy in this, because it's looking like it's probably going to pass,
Okay.
is like expanded anti-discrimination, defined, so dead naming, misgendering, or those kind of discriminatory acts of the Colorado Anti-Discrimination Act, prohibiting them in places of public accommodation. So dead naming will become illegal.
Okay.
Which is crazy. Family law. So I was looking at education, required school policies on chosen names to be inclusive of all reasons a student might adopt a different name and prohibit gender-based dress codes. I kind of get it. I'm liberal at heart, and like I see these things, but I'm like, this is a slippery slope.
Yeah.
So that basically, for the education part, I'm less concerned about, but it basically just says kids can go by whatever the fuck they want, and you got to respect it legally.
Yeah.
Legally. Like, my name is Assface, so you have to call me Assface. I'm like, legally, I have to do that.
Aren't there names that are illegal to name yourself though?
Illegal?
Yeah, I think there is.
There's names that are illegal.
I
to
thought
name
so.
yourself?
No?
Oh, that'd be crazy. No, but I just thought it was really crazy because mostly, like I said, because of the dead naming thing. Let's see. So like this, family law requires courts to consider dead naming, misgendering, or threats related to gender affirming care as forms of coercive control when making child custody decisions. So like if you have two parents and one's like, my 6-year-old is not
Yeah.
a female. I'm not going to call her Sarah. His name's Dave, right? Like that's my son. He's going to lose that custody battle in the future. If the wife is like, I fully support their, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the kids thing that gets me. I don't give a fuck what adults do. We can all do whatever we want. Like if you really feel that you're a female in a male's body and you want to change your name and change your sex and change your identity, go for it. But if you're 6 years old, we shouldn't be fucking around, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. So names, very few names are actually considered illegal in the United States.
I did not know this was a thing.
Yeah, but many have been challenged in court or disallowed by individual states, sometimes even for practical reasons. So, for example, there's some states, most states, you can't use emojis, numerals, or symbols in them.
Like Prince.
No. Just like you can't say like Monica and use a 1 for the I.
With a hashtag in the middle of it.
Stuff like that.
Okay.
Here are some examples. Oh, here we go. Here are some examples of illegal names in the United States. A baby girl or a baby boy, illegal in Arkansas and New Mexico. In addition to baby girl and baby boy, parents in Arkansas are also prohibited from using the names baby girl and baby boy. So you can't name your kids baby girl or baby boy.
I wonder what's up with that.
I don't know. In Arkansas and New Mexico.
Whoa, that's kind of weird.
Male/female is illegal in New Mexico. So you can't name your child male or female in New Mexico.
I wonder if these have come about because of specific situations.
Probably. Test
somebody did something.
or void is illegal in Arkansas. The system
Test or void?
Yeah, the name simply won't allow, like in the systems, I guess, because like whenever you're trying a new system, right, and it's like test Pierce. It's like they put that in there as the test, so that's a test.
Gotcha.
So they won't let you.
That's so weird. The names that are illegal, and it varies so much from state to state.
The at symbol. Many U.S. states prohibit the use of the at. What is that called? Is it that ampersand?
Ampersand.
Yeah, ampersand in names, and they are not alone. Chinese authorities also refuse to have the ampersand done as well.
Huh.
Santa Claus is illegal in Ohio.
Somebody did that shit. My son named Santa Claus.
Messiah which was challenged in the United States. A Tennessee judge tried to unsuccessfully stop a child from getting named that in the United States here.
I don't know why you couldn't do that. I mean, we have people named Jesus everywhere.
The judge was later fired due to the incident. Wow.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, if you can be named Jesus, why can't you be named Messiah?
1069 is illegal in North Dakota, Minnesota, and California. In 1976, a North Dakota court rejected the name change request for a man who wanted to change his name to a series of numbers. 1069. He wanted his name to be 1069. Majesty. It's illegal in several states.
Majesty.
The names including Duke, Prince, King, and Queen are banned in many states.
Wow, because remember you said if you had a boy, you were going to name him Duke Danger.
Duke Danger.
You couldn't have done that.
Oh, well, maybe.
Well, in
it
that
didn't
state.
say. It didn't, yeah.
Whatever
It didn't
state
say
that
like
was.
that. Jesus Christ is illegal in several states.
Which is crazy because people are named Jesus
While
everywhere.
Jesus is common name in Spanish-speaking communities, the full moniker has been rejected in several courts. So the whole full Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's
Can't
like
just name
first
it.
name's Jesus, middle name's Christ.
Yeah, you can't
type
say
of thing.
Jesus Christ Pierce. Sounds like you're cussing at me. Jesus Christ Pierce. The Roman numeral 3.
Okay.
So I is illegal in California.
But you can do 4.
2.
You could do
One.
IV.
You can do 2.
You can do
1,
2.
you know.
You can do 1.
X. You can do
That's
that.
what I'm saying. These are all so specific that they're from somebody doing it. They had to make a change.
Other countries like New Zealand and Switzerland have rules that require names not cause offense to a reasonable person.
My name's Fuck Off.
Yeah, you can't do that stuff.
That's like a German name. Fuck off, check off.
You ready? Europe, Adolf is illegal in Germany and several other countries.
Whoa.
But there was a lot of people that were named that back in the day,
Whoa.
right? Because Adolf Coors, the main guy for Coors is Adolf Coors. I think, but it's 2 Fs. Is that 2 Fs?
Yeah,
for the
what was
Coors people?
Mussolini's first name?
Let's see here.
It wasn't Anthony. Was it?
Once a popular name throughout Europe, the name associations with the German leader responsible for the slaughter of millions has led to nearly universal ban on using it. Wow. Aryan.
That's so crazy to me.
Aryan is illegal in several countries.
Wow. I am.
Oh my God, dude, dollar.
Oh, it's Benito.
Metallica. Metallica is illegal in Sweden.
Probably just this huge amount of people naming their kids Metallica.
Nutella is illegal in France.
I don't know why
Well,
that would be illegal. If you want to, I mean,
Well, baby Nutella.
if we're going to go in, we need to go all in on this because there's some ridiculously named people out there.
Monkey is illegal in Denmark. Denmark has strict naming laws. Parents who, I can't say fucking monkey. Venerity or Friday, Italy is illegal in Italy.
Wait, what is Friday?
Friday, the word in Italian
In Italian for Friday,
Yeah.
which is like probably like Bierde
is
or something.
Venerde.
Venerde.
Osama bin Laden is illegal in Germany. Thor is illegal in Portugal.
Which is crazy because like Thor Bjornsson or whatever his name is.
Yeah, illegal in Portugal. Cyanide is illegal in the UK. Why the fuck you name cyanide?
Yeah. First of all, naming your kid, that's crazy. Second of all, why does the government care if you name them cyanide, I wonder?
Oh my God, dollar. This one right here is illegal in Sweden. You can't even say that shit.
The one with the B? Oh, come on, dude. It's spelled BRFXXCCXXMNPCCCCLL, and it just keeps going.
Yeah.
I love the letters, like 4 of them back to back.
The
like
name,
multiple times.
The name somehow pronounced Albin was banned in Sweden.
Albin?
How's that pronounced?
It's pronounced Albin? The fuck?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. That's fucking wild. IKEA is illegal in Sweden. You can't call your kid fucking IKEA in Sweden. Judas is illegal in Switzerland. Dude, I'm noticing like Sweden, Switzerland, Denmark. They have a lot of
Name control going on.
yeah. Akuma is illegal in Japan because it means devil.
Okay.
You can't name your kid Akuma. Chow Tao is illegal in Malaysia, which means smelly head. You can't name your kid Smelly Head in fucking Malaysia.
What is happening, bro?
Chow Chow.
Do you realize that when these laws go through, that there's like support has to happen? There's a bunch of like red tape that has to happen. Like people are actively advocating to get rid of like, you can't name your kid Smelly Head. It's on the books.
In Oceania, sex fruit is illegal in New Zealand.
Sex fruit?
That means that somebody fucking tried to name their kid
sex fruit. Can you imagine how fucked up that would be for that kid? Growing up named sex fruit?
2 more. Spinach is illegal in Australia, and Lucifer is illegal in New Zealand.
Lucifer, okay. Yeah, there's definitely a concentration of certain countries, I think, that seem to really want to control the naming. It's bizarre. Oh, man. Well, that went by pretty quick. Episode 238 in the bag, Pierce. It's Saturday. I'm going to go take a fucking nap.
RoboCop is illegal in Mexico. What the fuck is called RoboCop? With that dollar, it is a wrap. Cheers.